Yeah, so I am not a fan of how Zach has been written for a majority of the season, or basically since the whole Karen fire thing. I mean, it's just amazing how we went from such an incredible episode where he's meeting his son for the first time. And then how quickly Zach devolved as a character by running up after Karen. And ever since episode 4, we've been sitting here like, who the hell is this character and what happened to Zach? It's like we're getting season 1 Zach all over again. Somebody actually said this during the live stream, and I was kind of floored by it because it actually does make sense. But I don't know what happens when it comes to these scripts, but someone theorized that, you know what? Maybe Tyler decided to write the story in such a way where Karen or Ebony isn't receiving a lot of hate like she usually is. So some of the hate's being shifted over to Zach because DeVal can handle that kind of thing on social media better. That was their theory. It kind of makes sense, but I don't like it in the fact that here we go having to assassinate a character who's had so much growth, because I'm going to watch Zatima season 2B because I need to see my boo Belinda again. But now it's like watching that season and any kind of growth and reconciliation between Zach and Fatima ultimately is meaningless because Sistas season 6 is ahead of Zatima season 2 as a whole. So even when they get back together, he starts going to counseling. It's like, it doesn't matter because he's going to be running up after Karen again. So what's the point? I think what really hurts is if Tyler wanted to write it in a way so fans would turn against Zach, okay. But don't do it in a way that completely makes his character look incredibly stupid. Remember all the complaints I had about Fatima last season and whatnot, about her ignoring how Zach feels about certain situations, and it's always about how she feels? That's exactly what Zach is doing now, and it's so stupid because it's like, look, the way Fatima made you feel, the way she didn't regard your feelings, ignored them, it was her way or the highway, that's exactly what you're doing now, Zach. And the fact that you can't see it, it just makes me cringe so much. When you have characters like Andy and Preston like, look, Zach, the way you were acting at the salon and whatnot in front of Fatima, it looked bad. She was pissed. And this man goes, look, we thought she died. Everybody thought she died. Not everybody was acting a damn fool like you. Especially in front of your future wife-to-be. About your ex. The fact that he is unwilling, and I feel like Zach knows what he's doing. He just doesn't want to admit that, oh, wow, yeah, I was doing too much. He just wants, I'm still not over what he said to Preston about Fatima. Well, she's going to have to get over it. Really, Zach? Need I remind you about your 10-minute tirade when you caught Paul and Fatima on the elevator, and you just assumed a lot of things by, seeing Fatima being helped up by Ian, and you just would not hear her at all? Coinky dinky doo, remember that? Part of me feels, and somebody said this during the live as well, it's almost as if Zach feels some sort of guilt, like he has to help out Karen and whatnot because he feels like he owes her. And that's a problem he needs to grow out of. Even with his brother and mom, he told Tony in Zatima season 2, I don't know, man, I feel like I owe them. That's why he feels like he has to help them, even though they don't want to help themselves. That ignorance is going to cost him everything. Fatima's already taken off the ring, and in the promo for next week, hey, it was just a kiss on the cheek. Where's your ring? You literally have the audacity to ask Fatima where her ring is, and not even consider that, oh man, I've really been screwing up. And don't worry, I got a Fatima video coming up soon about how while I'm on her side, she does need to work on those communication skills. I am glad that she's processing things rather than, fighting first and, pulling the trigger first and asking questions never. But if she just sits around ignoring this stuff, it's just going to get worse. Kind of like how Zach used to do, where instead of putting his foot down and kind of putting Karen in her place and whatnot, he just acts like these things don't matter or these problems are just going to go away, but they just keep growing and growing. And it's almost as if Fatima is purposefully letting Zach do this because he's just digging the grave deeper and deeper for himself. But Zach should not be this ignorant at this point in the story. Seriously, it makes no, we're in season 6 and he's acting like his season 1 self. It makes no sense whatsoever. Please, please, Tyler, take the wheel from this man and point Zach in the right direction, because I have no idea where this is going. The way he keeps acting, the way he, the fact that he's getting mad at Fatima being petty and upset without even considering how she feels based off his actions is ridiculous, and I don't like it one bit. It almost feels like he's constantly in this dick measuring contest with Aaron just to kind of reclaim his territory. It's like, yeah, she mine, you'll never get her. But you have a whole fiance and you've constantly said you moved on. So yet again, it just makes it feel like the last few seasons have been a waste of, man, Karen, get over it. Zach has moved on. But then Zach is like backpedaling more than when he was riding a bicycle. And it's just ridiculous on all fronts. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Zach needs to open his eyes before it's too late, because there's no way he's this ignorant. Really, it just makes no sense at all. Not to mention, the more he continues to play this game, the stronger Karen's delusion will get, and then she's going to just blow up when he doesn't come back to her. So, thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and let's talk about it in the comment section below.